Hey there, Sir Aaron here, and welcome to the Tales of Amber voice acting application video. In this video I'll be discussing how we're going to be doing recording for the series, go over some of the rules for application and guidelines for when you make your audition, and then show the remaining characters and some of the lines for you to all try out. Note that we need both male and female voice actors, and that there's a lot of character voices to fill, so feel free to apply to more than one or even all of the characters. Voice actors are the people who really bring the story of an animated series or film to life, and because Amber has such intricate characters, we're going to be recording all of the lines together whenever possible. Basically, this means that we get all the characters who are in a scene in the same Skype call, and then hit record and read out our lines. The advantage of recording together like this is that we can bounce ideas and tones of voice off each other, meaning that the conversations flow better and don't seem as dull or static. So what do you need to apply, and how do you apply? Well, first off, you need to be over the age of 16. Sorry kids, but we need people that can be reliable and professional. On top of that, almost none of the characters in the series are youngsters, so there's really no place for minors in our cast. And on top of that, there's a dozen legal issues with casting children. You will need Skype and a Dropbox account so you can send me the audio files after each recording session, and you'll need a fairly decent microphone. So what do I mean by fairly decent? Well, preferably we need you to have a standing mic. A condenser or dynamic USB microphone is perfect. If you have an even more professional setup, then great. All we really need though is for your mic to not record any background sounds or hiss, for you to record in a room that isn't echoey, or to use anechoic foam to remove such echoes, and to not pop and peak when pronouncing plosives by using a pop filter or windshield. If you're looking for a decent, cheapish USB condenser microphone, then I'd recommend either the Blue Yeti, the Samson CU01, or the Audio-Technica 2035, which all retail for around $100 to $150 a piece. I myself used a Blue Yeti until about a month ago when I switched to a Rode Podcaster, which is a dynamic USB microphone. It's a little more expensive, especially if you get it with the Rode Studio arm and stand and shock mount and all that stuff, which I did, but it's a very good microphone. When you come to make your audition, please make it in a quiet room with no one else around, and I'd advise gargling a glass of warm water and doing a few vocal stretches before recording. To make your audition, simply hit record using whatever program you use. If you're new to voice acting, then I'd recommend Audacity since it's free, although other programs are available such as Adobe Audition. Then once you've made your audition, simply export it as an MP3 file and put it into a video. Upload that video to YouTube and then post the video as a video response to this video. If you don't have access to video editing software or would rather make your audition more private, then you can upload the raw audio file to Dropbox and send us the link via a private message. In your audition, before you start, please say your name, your age and country of residence, and if you have any previous experience with voiceover work. Although no previous experience is required to make an application, it gives us an idea of how experienced you are with this sort of work in general. Also, in the description of your video, or as a part of the body of your private message, please list your microphone specs and any other useful bits of information. If you'd like more info on how to record and get some more recording tips and techniques, then I've listed in the description of this video a really good tutorial series made by Victor Frost, who's one of our other voice actors already on the cast. You can watch that and it may help. So, with all that out the way, on to the sample lines and characters. I'll be going through all the male characters first and then moving on to the female characters. So if you're a girl and you want to audition for female roles, then go ahead and click this annotation to skip past all the male roles. So, first up we have Julian. So, on to Cain. Next up is Gérard. Then there is Blaze. Then we have Gainlon. Next up is Lancelot Dulac, also known as Lance. He's Gainlon's right-hand man and an excellent soldier. There's also Rein. And then there's Jorpin, the lighthouse keeper. Okay, on to the girls. First up is Deirdre. Alrighty, then next we have Queen Moiré. So next up is Vial, a blind noblewoman of Redma. Then there's a girl called Dara. There's also a girl called Lorraine. Finally, there's a maid called Carmela, the humble servant of Lady Evelyn Flamel. There's also a bunch of extras, all with minor roles and very few lines, but who are all important, and who all need voices. Finally, there's a mystery character that needs filling. He's a crazy old man in his late 60s or 70s, definitely insane, a slight Irish accent and a crooked tone. Almost dwarf or goblin-like in his appearance, and completely nonsensical but somehow also charming. Preferably played by a man, although female auditions for this role will be considered. The workload for this character is small, but it gets larger as the series go on. Alrighty, well, that's it for now. Finally, please be aware that this is a not-for-profit project, and we can't afford to pay you for your services. Provided that you understand and accept these terms, feel free to make an application. There's no deadlines for the auditions to be in by, but they do need to be in with some sense of expediency, since I want to get down to recording as soon as possible. Good luck, and I'll see you again soon.